What is happening, guys? Alright, so just getting you set up here. I have to back up actually. It's hard to find a good way to set you down here. How are we going to do this? Trying to figure out how to set you up where we're going to be all good here. Setting you on the welder. You know, I bought a tripod. I did. I bought a tripod for you guys. Guess what? I don't know what the heck I did with it. It's gone. Alright, well, it'll get maybe most of it. It's back up. Alright, I guess that'll work. Hopefully, we'll stay there. Alright, I see some comments rolling in. What is happening? Miami, you know what? It is freaking, it feels like Miami here. It's freaking hot, man. When can I paint your fleet, Carver Wild? Dude, I have no clue. I got a fleet of buses that I have. I have, I don't know, quite a few police cars that I do for the police departments. And then, of course, all these dealer cars. Right now, I am booked out until September. Let me find my grinder. It sucks I can't freaking do these videos with music. I really like to jam out with music, but get in trouble, you know. I guess I can take my welding shield off. Freaking, I don't know, 9:30 at night. Hot. I got me some. Look at this. Some Angry Orchard Peach Mango. The neighbors next door to the shop, I did their Explorer. I worked on a couple of their cars, and they actually have an old police Explorer as well, same thing. And she brought me over some Angry Orchards. She's my hero. Alright, so this is what we got going on. I'm gonna, really I should take this fender off, but I just don't feel like it. I really don't. So I'm gonna mask it. I'm gonna mask the edge. If I hit it with a grinder, I don't care, because I'm painting it anyway. I just painted it out in a freaking driveway real quick so I wasn't running around with a tan fender for the past 2 weeks. So we're going to take this, just this edge real quick. We're going to go across the bottom here, get a foot and a half or something. So we're going to take the die grinder, this baby, right here. We're going to grind it all out. It's going to crease. I think the door actually swung around and kind of might have hit the fender. It definitely stress buckled it right here, like big time. And I got it pretty straight. I was kind of showing you guys before. I don't know if it was the last video or whatever. So I haven't really done anything with it too much since. I did have this door panel off here since because I had to fix there's a track right here for the window. I had to repair that. I'd take it out, weld it because the tab broke off. Put a window switch in. A couple things inside the door. So while I was in there, I was able to get up in here and beat some of this out. But then come to find out, I beat it out too far because for some reason, I should know better, but I thought the door was just flat. It's not. It actually kind of curves out a little bit. It's got a little bit of a flare to it. Alright? So I had to beat some of it back in because I had it all straight. That was wrong. There is a crease here, I'm guessing, in this vicinity right here. We're going to have probably almost a ½ inch of filler in this spot, which is a little too much really, but I'm going to be using some Fiberall White. It's made by U-Pole, and it's good for fixing rot holes and things like that. It's really strong, solid stuff. So I'm going to use that stuff in the really bad areas first, because I know it's strong. Okay, it's going to hold. I mean, I could even drill some holes here so I really know it's going to hold, but it's going to hold. I mean, the thing will be fine until it gets hit again. All right, at very worst, in a few years, okay, this front edge of this door might rust a little bit. Just because I'm not taking this all apart. I am going to spray some fluid film, which Corvair Wild introduced me to. So I've been a fan of that stuff for like 10 years. All right, love it. I probably spent $1,500 on this stuff in 10 years. So when I'm all done painting this, I am going to spray fluid film up in here. I left this inner splash shield out so I can kind of get in there too, and you know, blow it with fluid film, and hopefully it'll help hold it back. But a lot of times when you do an edge of the door like this, or edge of the fender, it is going to come back and bubble after a few years if you don't paint the panel off the vehicle. Alright, just being up front, being real with you, it's my car, I can do what I want. If it was a customer's car, we'd be doing things differently. I'd probably be putting a door on it. But it's my own, it's a low budget job. When I'm all said and done with this car, I'm going to have $3,500 in it. So you tell me where you can go find a nice, this will be black Explorer police car with 116,000 miles on it for $3,500. You tell me where I can find them. You can buy them for like $4,500 beat up. Thing's not going to be 100%. It's going to be a 10-footer. The car's going to look decent. That's all I want. If I wanted a perfect car, I'd go buy a new one. All right? But I don't want a perfect car. And it's a police cruiser. It's not a show car, so I'm not going to do all the extra little things to make it perfect because it's not worth it. You see my Charger a year and a half after driving it, back bumper scuffed, front bumper scuffed, it's got door dings in it, got a couple scratches in it. I mean, it's not worth my time to make something I drive on a daily basis perfect. It's just not worth it. All right, let's see what you guys got for some comments real quick, and then we're just going to get right to this show. All right, looks like we've been rolling in somebody's eating carrots. Corvair Wild's eating carrots. All right. All right. Well, you guys can kind of see what we're going to be getting into here. Guess I can move this camera a little further out, up. Maybe I should just leave it alone. Yeah, like I said, I bought a tripod, and I don't know where it is. Like, legitly. I thought maybe it was in this car, but maybe it's in another car. I remember it coming in the mail to my house, and I threw it in one of the vehicles. It's in my truck. I do have a tripod at home as well. There's some cheap, like, $12 eBay tripods, so I don't know. So first, I tried to bring everything over here I can think of quickly. This sucks. I don't have tunes. I can't work efficiently without tunes. It drives me insane. So I'm just gonna run a little bit of tape on here just so I don't. This molding's already a little bit damaged, but we're gonna try to keep it in the condition it's currently in instead of worse. Like I said, I might hit this fender with a grinder. Why not? I really don't care if I do, but I am trying to prevent that. Just kind of walking that tape in a little bit. Yeah, that's a little more protection. Just 3 3/4 inch tape. Nothing special. Like I said, really to do this door, either the door or fender should be off the car. Both would take about the same amount of time. Probably the door a little quicker, really. But I don't feel like getting into all that. Alright, let's grind this up. So we have the dent's actually starting here. And it's kind of working its way out. I know it's kind of hard to pick up on camera. I got a fan right next to me, so it's going to blow everything away. Plus, it's got to be 85 degrees in the shop still. That does go way back to here. I don't know how far back I'm going to take it. Like I said, I'm not going to get too fussy with this thing. Spot on top I gotta get to. Alright, that's what I usually do after I'm done doing the grinding. 80 grit on the DA, the surrounding areas. Actually, the end position is probably where it belongs. All right, let me go grab a shrinking hammer. Just an old crappy hammer with a point on it. Just got to figure out where to hit her. Sucks about this steel, boy. Not like that old stuff. Still popping out. There, she should stay there now. Blow her off. So the reason why I do 80 grit around there is because a lot of times the body filler is going to go off into the paint. And sometimes, depending on how far you are along with the job, just for kind of blending the filler into the paint reasons is all. I mean, you're not really supposed to have filler over paint, but if the paint is adhered well, I don't really see much of a problem with it. If you're doing a show car, that's a whole different animal, but you know, we're dealing with a daily driver that's 8 years old with 100. Kind of customer stuff, I do things a little differently. But for my stuff, it's definitely true pack impact. And if you look at the Charger, even a year and a half later, and being black, there's no issues with that car at all. None. Other than the damage it's incurred since I've owned it. Again, this is Fiberall. Pull makes it, it's actually Fiberall Light. I like it. There was a lot of this in the Sabota. There was like 3 gallons of that stuff in that car. I want to make sure it's all thoroughly mixed. Like I said, we're just going to put this in the deeper areas of the dents. And the stuff is kind of transparent. It's kind of nice. I feel so irresponsible right now. I got a full house, a full schedule, and here I am working on my own car. But it's after hours. It's my shop. I can do what I want. I don't do my stuff during the day. to get the shape of that little flare in. This stuff is very rigid. There's almost zero flexibility to it. So if this door takes a good hit, I mean, I'm talking good hit though, it will crack. So if it gets hit with like a basketball or somebody even kicks it, it'll be fine. But if it gets hit like something hard and rigid, yeah, it'll crack. This is like a fine strand fiberglass. But this area of the car or this area of the door, I prefer to use this. So right there, what I just did is probably going to be a little more than half of the thickness of the filler. So I'm guessing probably one, maybe two more light coats and this door is going to be good. Stuff is starting to set up a little bit. I just use a piece of cardboard. What I do is the rest of the filler, I just spread it out as smooth as I can, and I got a piece of cardboard for the next time. Keep using it over and over. Let me go find a rag to wipe this off. All right, let's see some of your comments here. Wow, we've been going and going. Let's see here. Yeah, a little cave and pave. That's exactly what we're doing. A couple gallons. No, there'll be probably about a pint of Bondo in that door. Only experts can do this. I can pack till I die. That's right. Door in a can. 69 Charger. Hack and pack a 69 Charger. Nice. Alright, so we gotta let this sit for a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go over this with a DI. Get it pretty smooth with the DI. I do have this little curvy block here, so we can kind of up into here a little bit if I decide to. I might just say the heck with it. I will be using this eventually though. DA it, I'll blow it all out, and then we're going to put the regular body filler on. It's still a little wet though. I didn't put a whole lot of hardener in it so I could really work it, so it might take a few minutes to dry. So basically, like I said on the video earlier, I'm just shooting the sides of the car nothing special. I'm not going to be wet sanding or buffing it unless I get a huge run or a couple flies start screwing in it or something. And that's it. It's going to be a driver. You know, it's going to get 800 miles a month put on it until I get rid of it. So that's just what the Charger was. I put, I don't know, 8,000 or 9,000 miles on that in about a year and a half. Been a good car. I've had zero issues with it, really, other than having to change the brakes, 2 tires, AC condenser's leaking in it now, so I've got to change that. But that was damaged from the accident, and I just didn't change it. And I think it was late September last year, the thing finally let loose. So it's all right. I got a season out of it anyway. So, and there's a bumper piece that goes right across the top of the core support, and it supports the top of the bumper along the hood on the Charger. I just kind of made a piece for it. Well, I finally ordered the correct one for it, and that's here in a box. So when I do the AC condenser, then I'll go ahead and put that correct bumper support in there, and that should be it. I'll probably sell the car. I might hang on to this one, sell the Charger. I don't know. I never did put airbags in the Charger, so airbag lights on. I glued the flap shut on it, and I've been driving it. It's not worth me spending a couple $1,000 to put airbags on. It's really not. Yeah, stuff's still gooey. You guys want to see some rust? I'm going to show you some rust. I am going to show you some rust while we're here, waiting for stuff to dry. Yeah, this place is a disaster. Look what's on the floor. You see it. That's all from this truck. And I haven't even really gotten anywhere on it yet. Cab mounts, building cab mounts for it. Cab and box mounts. Hand building them, you can't buy them anywhere. So, this is what I started with. I mean, these things are just disintegrated, so I'm actually hand building them and doing them for them. There's a couple, there's some spots in the frame. There's going to be one that's going to be a bitch. See it right up in there? Yeah, look at that, huh? Oh, yeah. I'm going to have fun putting a patch in there, right above that sway bar. And there's, let's see, got some spots there. A little fatigue there. It's cracking. Cross member. I had a brand new cross member here on the floor. That would be that cross member. That's what holds the tank up. Yeah, rusty. Yeah, that's alright. Half of it's on the floor. Put a new fuel tank in it for them, gas tank straps. Of course, I nicked the brake line. I literally bumped the brake line. So I'm going to be putting the brake line on it. Probably gas lines. It's my neighbor's truck. I mean, I didn't really want to fix it, but it is my neighbor. You guys have been there, I'm sure. So that's all he does is plow snow with it. And but he keeps it registered, so he can at least go down and put fuel in it. Yeah, it's like literally I just bumped that brake line and just started dripping. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? But help thy neighbor. That's what I'm doing. It's a headache, but doing the right thing for him anyway. He's a good dude. Oh yeah, see right there, hole in the frame. I gotta zip all that out and freaking put a piece in there too. Welds are just burning right through it, boy. And that's what I did, homemade freaking cab mount. Yeah. Got the plasma cutter out. There's another one right there I'll cut out. That's what it is. All the pieces. Yep. Alright. Doing some outer rockers on a Silverado. Yeah, they're all welded in, fiberalls on them. Got the little Cobalt SS. I don't know, I did this car this was one of the first cars I did in this building, so like 4 or 5 years ago. I did the door bottom for them, and it started bleeding through last year, so I'm just kind of re-skimming over it. This rocker panel over here, I had a big old hole in it, so I actually put some steel in there. I just have this part just sitting here right now. But there is a piece of metal in there. So basically my patch goes, well, you can see right there where there's a weld. So the patch goes into here and then up, straight across, right to there and then down. So another longtime customer, he used to go to the old Hack and Pack shop. So every few years he brings this one to me. He's got an Impala SS that'll be here next. I got the Jeep TJ on the lift. Be doing that one at some point soon, I hope. Oh, it's just never ending, guys. You can see the paint difference on that bumper. That bumper is a metallic black. I don't know if I'm going to shoot the whole bumper. I might just blow in the edges because I'm putting a push bar on the car anyway. I got a push bar over here that I pulled off of a sheriff car. It's just got bent brackets. It's a Satina. So I just got to straighten these brackets out. These lower brackets are just a little bent. Like literally I could lay this thing on the floor, hit it right there with a sledgehammer on each side, and it's fixed. So it's not that old of a push bar. I think it was new in 19 maybe. So that'll be going on that car anyway. I love the push bar and the charger because when we get a disabled car here, we wrap a blanket around that push bar, and I push the cars right in here with a charger, and trucks. There's been several pushed in here with that car. I just got to get you set up just right. There we go. Alright, so let's check some comments. Yeah, Minnesota's bad too. I mean, all of these states, right around the Great Lakes. So, what you talking about? The lights in the shop? Somebody just said that we had nice lighting here. Eurus? Nice lighting. These lights in here are, they're the old style light, but they got all LED bulbs in them. All the ballasts were taken out, and they're all LED. Every light in this building, it was like, I don't know, they converted everything, I think, for like $8,000. There was a company that actually come in and did it. So they upfitted the front lights, the rear lights, all the paint booth lights, everything. Every light in here, even the bathroom light, they put a screw-in LED. So it was a company that came through. It was through NYSEG, actually, which NYSEG is our electric carrier here. And they came through and did it, updated everything. So yeah, they're bright lights. Very nice lighting in here. They did that probably 4 years ago. Yeah, it's very good crisp light. It is. The lights I have at my house, how often do I sweep the floor? At least, well, underneath that truck we were just under, that's been like that for 2 weeks now. But everything else, I sweep the shop floor at least once a week. At least. But yeah, it's just rust non-stop here. Alright, let's see. Do I sell to the public what, like bodywork or cars? The car dealership that's here, wow, this stuff's still wet. I guess I was a little light on the hardware. Yeah, we still sell cars to the public, and yes, my body shop is open to the public. So, but believe me, I'm not trying to get more work. Right now I'm booked up until, I think September 10th or 11th right now. And then I always leave a little bit of leeway room just for, because county stuff, when that stuff gets damaged, I prioritize it over everything else. So they do as well make appointments, but usually it's a short term, like within a few days versus 2 months. So, and the county cars that I do, the buses I pretty much just have that on lockdown, but the county cars, they're all a bid system. It's me and 2 other shops. One shop that's about a mile up the road. So it's me, the shop a mile up the road, and then there's one in Ontario, New York, which is 20 miles from here. So, but the majority of the time it's me and the shop up the road. Because we're only, like literally, I'm a half mile from the sheriff's department. The other place is, you know, a little over a mile up the road from the sheriff's department. So it's convenient for them. But it is a bid system, so whoever's cheapest wins. So. It's finally starting to set up a little bit. Should have put a little more hardener in it, but I wanted some work time with it. A lot of these fillers, the slower it dries, the better too. It seems to be more thorough. The only problem is it's just going to really drag out this video. But who knows, I might kill the video. I'll get this coat sanded, get the next coat on, and maybe we'll do another video sanding on the door. Because I really got to hop on some other stuff too. I'm going to try to stay here till at least 2 or 3 a.m. I have to. I get interrupted so much during the day I can't get no work done. It's terrible. I put a post on Facebook today as of like 1 o'clock. I already had like 11 calls, 6 walk-ins, and I couldn't tell you. There was at least 20 text messages. I tell you, how do you get stuff done? You don't. You really don't. And everybody wants to have a conversation that's 20 minutes long. It's like, yo, I got work to do, man. It sucks being a one-man band. Just checking some more of your comments. How is it dealing with the police as a client? It's not bad. I mean, a lot of you guys know, you might not know, I'm going to have a cigarette. Wherever they are. I've been slowing down a little bit smoking. I mean, as a lot of you know, my father is a retired sheriff, so I grew up with the police. So I have a little bit of a different outlook than a lot of people that did not grow up with the police. I mean, the respect is probably different, okay? I mean, as firsthand, I've seen what my dad went through as a police officer. I mean, now a lot of stuff on the media, I mean, it's terrible what's going on in this world. But, I mean, you don't see a lot what happens behind the scenes either. You know, I mean, my dad's told me some pretty gruesome stuff, you know, being in some accidents, and, you know, a lot of fatalities he's been to, murders, you know, whatever. I mean, it takes quite a toll mentally on the police. So a lot of people don't see that. They just see whatever the news wants them to see, the brutalities or whatever. I mean, there's bad cops out there, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of good cops too. Just like there's bad people and there's good people. Me, I'm the type of person, I really don't see color, if that makes any sense to you. You know, everybody, I don't care what color they are. Everybody is a living, breathing human being. And everybody should be treated equally. It doesn't matter, you know, what their race, their religion. I'm just one of those people that I love everybody. It doesn't matter. There is racist people. And, you know, there's been problems with the departments with that. You know, but I think a lot of that's just blown up. Some of you might disagree, you might not. I don't know. But there's not enough good being shown, in my opinion. You know, I've talked to a lot of officers, not just my father, and they go through a lot. You know, you got the administration you got to deal with, your peers and your bosses, like you do any job. And then, of course, the way the public is nowadays, you know, people are cop haters or whatever, and it's tough. It takes a special kind of person to do that job. Yeah, there is dirty ones out there, no doubt, but you can't let that, you can't let a few dirty apples ruin the whole batch, you know what I mean? You really can't. You know, these guys take an oath to serve and protect. Every officer does that, but then you got a few that just are crooked. It's like that in any kind of business, you know? But I've known a lot more good cops than bad cops, personally. And as a client, they're good. They're human beings, you know? They hit deer, they run into stuff just like we all do. So, I mean, I got 2 cars that I'm going to have here twice for deer hits in a year. So that's 4 repair jobs on 2 cars in a year, all from deer. But, you know, they're just like anybody else. You know, if you guys disagree, you disagree. Like I said, we all have our opinion. But I've seen a lot more firsthand than a lot of people have as well. So, but they pay. You know, the county is a once a month thing. I get paid. The bus company, it's every 2 months, within 60 days. So it's tough. I mean, you get a car in here like that, you got to wait a month to get paid. Like the last major one I did was $4,300, and I had to front like $2,800 and then wait like 30 days to get paid. Plus it took me, you know, almost a week to do the car. So I didn't get a paycheck that week, plus spent, you know, almost $3,000. So it's kind of, that's, you know, that's the worst part. But I mean, it is what it is. You gotta, you know, if you want to have a legitimate business, you gotta step up to the bump, you know, and do what you gotta do. You know, so things have changed a lot with me over the past 10 years since a lot of you met me. We all grow up. Yeah, stuff is starting to dry. Another 10 minutes, so I might actually shut you off. I'll go through some comments real quick, then we'll come back in a little bit. Wow, there's 80 of you watching right now. Begundo 72, basically, the Hack and Pack shop itself is a one-man band. There's 2 separate businesses here. There's a car dealership, and then there's me. I'm in the back of the building. The car dealership is a separate business, even though I'm very heavily involved with that. And then there's a mechanic for the car dealership. But yeah, the body shop is solely mine. It's DBA'd my name. I pay taxes in my name out of that. I'm one-man band here. So I'm very, very overwhelmed. Alright, let's see what else we got. Yeah, I don't play favorites. I hate everybody equally. I'm with you, man. I am with you. What's up, Karen? Yeah, so Robert, you've been watching me. Let's see. April's Dad's Garage was back in 2010, 11, 10 maybe? 9, 10? So that's a long time. That's when we started the YouTube. The YouTube all started from the Subotaru. GPLE87, another good subscriber. Met him in person. He's been in the Subotaru. Yeah, it's been a long time, Robert. It's been a long, long time. But I'm still here, still kicking. Stuff is still gooey. They're so impatient. I got the same stuff on the Chevy pickup behind you there, and a little bit more hardener, just a little bit. Made a big difference. This stuff's just taking forever. You know, we could do to speed it up though. That means I'm gonna lose my fan. I could get the heat gun. Actually, we're not getting the heat gun. I just remembered I took it home. The heat gun is home. See, the hardener, mentality-wise, I was thinking 90 degrees because that's basically what it's been all day. So it's probably 75 in here now. It's cooled down a little since I'm sucking in all this cool air from outside. But that's why it's taking a little longer. When you put too much hardener in these fillers, it does make them, I guess in a way you could say it makes it a little more brittle, kind of like paint. Like a lot of times you see these old paint jobs and they're all like chopped. Say a car was painted 6 years ago and it's all chopped. And there's two reasons for that. One of the reasons is they put the paint on super thick, super quick. And another reason is they put too much hardener in it. Paint has a little bit of flexibility, just like a lot of these fillers. This particular filler doesn't really. But paint does have flexibility to it naturally. And then you put your flex agent in it for, say, bumper covers and flares and things like that. To prevent that, it makes it just a little bit more flexible. Not where you could bend it in half, like the kind of OEM stuff, but I mean, it's flexible. But that's why you see a lot of that weird cracking, and the same thing will happen with filler over time. That's why if you got to go kind of thick with this stuff, you definitely want to go thinner layers. Multiple. If you got to put 6 layers on, whatever. All right, most of the work that I do, I could bang it all out within 2 to 3 coats. This one will possibly be a 3-coater. More than likely it will be a 3-coater. But the majority of it will be done in 2 coats. Then there just might be a couple little weird spots that we'll have to settle up with a 3rd coat. So, actually while we're standing here, sitting here, I'm going to go hit a couple other spots on this door. And I'm just going to put regular filler up here. Grab some tape. put my window on. I tell you what, they got this paint on here thick. This door has been painted, it's like the white's been done twice. And then of course the black under it. We're gonna feather that out a little better. I can work with that. Really should pull this handle off here. That's the right way to do it. I'm not. Alright, I'm going to go mix up a little bit of filler and we'll put it here. That's still dry. You know what I mean? Phone just never quits. I don't know what could possibly be calling because it's got to be 10 something tonight. Nobody calls me this late. People know better than calling me this late. Door's just got a little weirdness going on right here. Just gonna get some of it out of there. Stuff's already setting up. See that? A little extra hardener. Alright, well I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes. I'm going to go hop on another project. Then I'll fire you guys back up here in a little bit. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch. Alright, I'll be back here in a little bit. Rust. No, not really. Not on this one. Son of a bitch.